Hi guys, thanks for joining me live here in Renegade Thrifter. And as you see, the title of this video, The Death of SEO, for getting more views and subscribers on YouTube. And not just only on YouTube, also on any kind of traffic to a website or something you want to try to present to anybody. So is SEO dead? That's a good question. There's a lot of content creators that swear that you have to use SEO to get traffic to your content, but there's other ways. There's a movement out there. Many of the smaller YouTubers are starting to network with each other, trying to help their channels grow. How are they doing this? Well, if you stick around, I'll show you a little bit more on how you can do that yourself. If you have a channel that's been around for a while and not growing much, or if you're just starting a YouTube channel and you want to know how to get more views, how to get more subscribers, this video may be for you. And don't forget to check out the thumbnail of this video once it gets posted after the live. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know if you think it's cool or not. Let me know in the comments. I stopped at a special place to take that picture just for the thumbnail in this video. So there's a few things I've been thinking about talking to you guys. And as far as creating content, that's one of the key things I think for YouTube and for people out there that try to watch videos. They want to see something that is either entertaining or provides value to them. And I've been creating videos now for a little bit over 3 years. I have over 300 videos. Yeah, actually it's closer to 350 videos talking about various subjects as well. So it's not just focused towards one niche. I have some personal development videos. I have some videos that teach people things about creating content, as well as getting more views to their website, to their videos. If you go back to my previous videos, you'll see that. But I also have some about thrifting, about reselling, full-time RVing, and some of the other cool experiences that I shared with my viewers. If you're watching live, let me know you're here, as well as if you see somebody else in the channel, go in and check out their channels as well, see what they're all about, and you guys go ahead and network with each other. I have Ghost Devil that's chatting. Thanks for and watching as well. Thanks for watching live, and you'll see there's a reflection in my eyes. There's actually a TV in front of me. There's also my laptop in front of me, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. I have Thrifty Falconer's wife. I hope I said that right. Hello. But I do have a slight accent. My first language was French. I learned English when I was a kid, but some of my expressions or way of saying things aren't quite the way they should be when I speak English. It's been a long time I've been in the U.S., but even my wife, she makes fun of me when I say certain things. And I do say "a" still every once in a while because I was born in Montreal, lived in Canada until I was about 12. I did have some times where I lived in France. But I want to talk to you about SEO. Is it dead? Well, there's a lot of money out there being paid for SEO. You have a lot of B2B companies, you have B2C companies, you have small content creators, large companies that focuses all their time on building search engine optimization to get more views, more traffic to their content. And that is good, but it can be really costly as well. Is there a free way that you can do that? And the answer is yes, but it does take time and it does take friends. It takes a network, right? So one thing I learned is about 3 years ago, and I got into network marketing, and one of the key things that they taught us was how to create a brand, create content, share content, build traffic, and build a following for what your content is about, what your brand is about. So what you want to do is market yourself, not market the item that you're trying to sell. And currently I'm not doing any kind of internet marketing. If you're wondering if this is what it's going to be, that type of video, it's not. All I want to do here is to be able to pass on some of the knowledge that I have made in the last couple years that I've been working online, not only building my YouTube channel, but also content creating as well. And one of the things I found lately is people, small YouTube channels that are fed up with the way SEO is working for them, and more towards some of the larger channel things that are trending more, but they still want to get their contents out to people that may be looking for it. So there's a movement out there. I have Ghost Devil says, it looks like a nice place you got there, buddy. You seem a good dude. I respect that. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. Actually, I'd like to say it's my place. However, my wife and I, we're full-time RV, and we're host campers. We started doing this last June, and we get to this place here, which is in North Carolina. We get to this place here right after January, and you're supposed to trade off so many months at a time. Some places are permanent, so you could stay there as long as you want. The last place we were at was actually next to a lake, and we had 17 sites, and most of the time, all the sites were empty, so we had the whole place for ourselves. It was remote. It was nice at times, but it was also spooky and lonely, so there was not too many people wanting to go out there. It says, it's nice to see new faces that have their heads screwed on. Well, I'll try to keep mine screwed on. I appreciate that. But I mean, I've had a lot of different experiences in my life. I lived in Canada when I was a kid. My dad was a private game warden for somebody that owned some hotels, some lakes. So we moved around a lot. We moved from France to Canada. My grandparents had some hotels there, some restaurants, bars that my parents helped them out with. But when we came back to Canada, we lived by a lake a lot of time, and he was a lot into hunting and to fishing. When we moved to California. So all the way from northern Canada, all the way to California. And it was a big learning curve for me. Just like when you try to learn things online and try to promote yourself, promote your videos, help others out, it's a big learning curve. So I have, let's see, Ghost Devil says, I would love to RV about the country and to be free and wild. Well, let's see, it says free and wild. You're so lucky. Well, it is nice. At times, you kind of say, well, do I want to be back in a house? Do I want a bigger space? Because right now it's my wife, my daughter, our baby girl, and myself. We had my stepdaughter living with us for almost 6 months, and we had the space. We had my mother here for a couple weeks. We didn't have the space. So imagine having your mother or your mother-in-law for my wife there in a smaller space for almost a month. I'm surprised they didn't kill each other, and I'm still married. But it is nice to be in an RV. Our goal was to eventually travel the country, and we did part of that as well in January. We didn't travel the country the whole time since last June, but we did go in January. We made a trip all the way from Georgia all the way to Vegas, and we took a few side turns. We went all the way to, obviously, we started off through Mississippi, Alabama. It might be the other way around, but anyways, made it to Arkansas, Tennessee, and I went all the way to Kansas, stopped at the Crater of Diamond in Arkansas. That was a nice little couple hours at the park. It was a rainy, muddy day. We didn't find any diamonds, but it was fun. I have I'm going to say that right, Thrifty Falconer wife. Says close quarters can be challenging. Yes, it can. It can be very challenging. But anyways, we went to all the way to Kansas, Wichita, Kansas. Then we went all the way down to Austin, Texas. So we went through Oklahoma, Austin, Texas, stayed there for a couple of days with my daughter, who lives in Austin. And from Austin, we made our way lower part of Texas, New Mexico. I went all the way to Tucson, Phoenix, up to Las Vegas, stayed in Vegas for a couple days, and then made our way back around the top, down Highway 40. And we saw a lot of trucks. We actually did stop at a couple truck stops, at a few gas stations, a few rest areas, but we also stayed at a couple RV places as well. And so it was nice. We enjoyed the travel, and we hope to be doing that again. But the option to be able to be a full-time host and trade off your time for a place to stay for a campground, it's not a bad idea either. It kind of lets you settle in a little bit until you're ready for your next trip. As far as being close quarters, it sure is. I say once in my RV, it's actually dark right now. But if you look at some of my other videos, you can see it's a Class C. It's a 96 Class C RV, and we got it at a pretty good price. I drove it all the way from Fayetteville, North Carolina, to Georgia. My first trip, I was going about 70 miles per hour. Got a flat tire, one of the rear dualies. Never experienced that on a RV before, so it was a different experience, but made it through. Actually, on our trip to Vegas, I think we had 5 flat tires. They were used tires. So one experience I learned from that is make sure you have enough air in your tires, and try to make sure you have new tires when you go on a road trip. It should save you some troubles. But as far as being tight quarters, it is, but you realize that you really don't need all those extra things. I had at one point, I want to say it was back 2007, I had a house in Maryland. I just had it built a year before, and I got a drop transfer. And I think I paid like somewhere around $450,000 for the house. Beautiful 5-bedroom house, built from the ground up. Took them almost 9 months to build it. And I got the drop transfer to Georgia, and I purchased another house there. It was like $300,000 for the house. So I had 2 houses, almost $1 million. And it was when the bubble happened, the crash. I lost quite a bit of money on the first house from when I was selling it. However, I had made more money from the previous house, so it wasn't so bad. But after living in that other house in Georgia for almost 10 years, I realized it wasn't